Dethleffs started making caravans in 1931, but they're now best known for their motorhomes. They've had a Globus in the range, a range of models called Globus, since 2007. And for 2013, they've brought out a brand new model, and this is it. Looks smart, doesn't it? Not quite sure about the colour. But one of the most interesting things for me is the width. Now then, I can stretch my arms out exactly 217 centimetres, I think, which is almost the width of this motorhome. It's actually 215 centimetres. And that is about 18 centimetres less than most motorhomes based on a Fiat Ducato chassis. How do they do that, you ask? Well, what they do is keep the body of the motorhome the same width as the actual van part here at the front. And that has several advantages. It also has several disadvantages, and we'll come to that later. Let's have a look inside. Aha! Now, one thing that always impresses me is this. How do they get that into that? It's amazing. And in fact, this whole van is all about space. As I said, it's only 215 centimetres wide. So what impact does it have on the actual accommodation in the motorhome? Well, for a start, it's definitely, well, narrower. Does it matter? Well, I guess not. Everything's here. And interestingly, there's something here that wasn't in previous models of Globus. Apparently, they couldn't get an oven narrow enough to fit, but they've cracked it. Here it is. It's a Dethleffs duplex. It's a proper oven. And of course, it has got, you know what, for toast. Perfect. Very good. Right now, the Globus is a 4-berth motorhome, and this is the sitting, dining, lounging area. It's nice and light and airy in here. It's got a great big hecky up there and a window over this side. Here, a television mounted on a nice bracket which sits in position when you're driving along. And then we've got some very fancy controls up here. Look like something out of a boat, really. And then we come to the bed. Now then, let's see how easy this is to operate. This is a fairly common feature in motorhomes these days. It's a really practical way of providing additional or even main sleeping accommodation. It's very nice, and unusually there's a window up above, which is good. So that's very nice. Now, as I said, this is a 4-berth motorhome, so there are 2 more beds somewhere. I wonder where they can be. I know, they're up here. Up the wooden hill to Bedfordshire. 2 steps up. Here we are. We've got this more and more popular twin bed layout, which is very convenient and for some people absolutely ideal. Again, it's nice and light and bright up here thanks to a decent sized window up above me and a couple of windows either side. I think it's essential to have a really good view when you wake up in the morning, an incentive to actually get out of bed. And talking about getting out of bed, here's the bathroom. Now, I have to say that I do feel a little bit cramped in here, but it's not necessarily to do with the width of the vehicle, more the headroom. But I've discovered a way around it. All you do, open the fly screen, and hey, with the window open, there's plenty enough room for everybody. And I can even see out. What a view, but looks like rain again. Let's go for a drive. We have a Ducato engine, 2.3 litres, 150 brake horsepower. That's coupled to a 6-speed manual gearbox. Automatic is available as an option. This narrowness of the Globus does make it easier, I think, to drive, particularly on narrow country roads such as this. I've got no problem at all avoiding the curb on that side and the centre line on this side. It really does make a noticeable difference, and I think some people are going to find it a lot easier to drive than a more conventional motorhome that's 18-20 centimetres wider. Hey, what can I tell you? It's an A-Class, it's right-hand drive. This is the driver's door. And this is a Dethleffs Globus 2013 model, brand new. It's not very wide, as I've said so many times. It's not very long, and it's actually not very high either. The range starts at under £60,000, and this particular model, which is loaded with extras, packages as they're called, comes in at £64,460. And I reckon that that's a huge amount of motorhome for money.